Hey, Aunt Deb.
Thanks for picking up your phone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant to get back to you.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. People fight, they claw their way in to get auditions with Sydney, and then you show up late without knowing the lines.
So, why do you think you could play Walter younger?
Well, I think that I could bring a lot of depth to the character.
Depth? To bring depth to a character, one must know the lines. Depth. Have you read the play?
Not yet.
Then what are you doing here? What's your background?
Well, I studied acting.
No. I mean, your parents. What are you?
My dad's black and my mom's white.
Ah, interesting. So, how do you identify yourself?
I usually say biracial.
Biracial? Wow. So, do you think you can play a black man? Look, let's cut the shit. How old are you?
22.
22. When I was 20, I used to get up at 5 a.m., take the subway train an hour and a half in both directions, sit in an open call where I may or may not be seen until 5 p.m., and then I'd go to work. What time did you get up this morning?
My old man's a white old man. And my old mother's black. If ever I cursed my white old man, I take my curses back. If ever I cursed my black old mother and wish she were in hell, I'm sorry for that evil wish. And now I wish her well. My old man died in a fine big house. My ma died in a shack. I wonder, where am I going to die? Being neither white nor black.
You know, I was done with you, but your mother called me and begged to give you another chance.
I understand.
It's a light-skinned character. I'll email you the information. After that, it's up to you.
All I want is to make a future for this family. All I want is to be able to stand in front of my boy, like my father never was able to do to me, and tell him that he'll be somebody in this world besides a servant and a chauffeur. Huh? You tell me that, huh?
Now here in this country we've got something called a nigger. It doesn't in such terms, I beg you to remark, exist in any other country in the world. We have invented the nigger. I didn't invent him. White people invented him. I've always known, I had to know by the time I was 17 years old. What you were describing was not me, and what you were afraid of was not me. It had to be something else. You had invented it, so it had to be something you were afraid of, and you invested me with it. I've always known that I'm not a nigger. But if I am not the nigger, and if it's true that your invention reveals you, then who is the nigger? I am not the victim here.
Turn to your right. So you're Puerto Rican? Dominican?
No, my dad's black and my mom's white.
Well, okay. You know, because your aunts, and we were looking at your headshot and we couldn't really tell.
My money was on Lebanese.
All right, turn to your left.
Face the camera, please.
So I want to try something. I want you to imagine that you're falling.
Falling.
Yeah. You ever fall before? You're falling and you hit Earth. Now you have two options. You can stay there where you are on the ground, or you can ascend.
Ascend.
Yeah. You ready?
I don't mean what he means in terms of signing petitions and, you know, marching with picket signs and all that jazz. I mean what he really means. You know, why are you afraid of him? That's what it comes to. If one could begin to examine that, one might then begin to be able to deal with what is a really quite simple matter, relatively speaking. That is to say, if one could examine that, then the conundrum of the housing situation in San Francisco would not be a conundrum, because it is based on that. And all the lies Americans tell themselves and all the evasions that they give themselves are based on some fantastic escape, partly from Europe, and then from the Indian, and now, spectacularly, from me. It's insane.